See, this is the question for which you have developed the flow chart. Instead of that, instead of flow chart, let me change the question. Okay, develop a code. See, these are the comment lines. You know how to introduce comment lines. Triple quotes. You just introduce triple quotes. You just complete the triple quotes here so that this portion won't be executed. Okay. If you want, you can give some names also. Python code to compute area of the room. Okay. Okay, Python code to compute area of the room. So what we need to do, we need to get two inputs, width and length. Okay. The user has to enter the input. So I'm going to use the input method. Okay. First I'm getting length. Okay. See, the variable you can just give L or any other equivalent. Just for understanding, I'm just giving length. Okay. Length input. Enter the length of your room. Enter the length of your room. 1 minute. Okay. In the same way, see, whatever you are giving inside this input within double quotes, okay, when you are executing the code, the same statements will appear. This is for our reference. Okay. You can use whatever you want inside, but it should be in a meaningful way. Okay. Then the second input is width. Enter the width of your room. Okay. The inputs are ready. Now we need to process. Okay. Now we need to process. So area. Yes. Yeah. I'll tell them. Yeah. I'll tell. Wait. I'll tell. Wait. Okay. See, area is length and width. Okay. Area is length and width. Okay. See, intentionally I'm making some errors so that everyone can understand. Okay. Print area of the room is, okay, area, unit is square meter. Okay. See, the advantage in Python is even if you don't save, the program will run. Whereas in the case of MATLAB, the program will not be executed. Okay, before you have to save, otherwise your program will not be executed. Okay, first I'm saving. Sorry, I'm just executing. What I'm doing here, you can see there is a play kind of button. Okay, play kind of button. This you can press, or you can alternatively see there is a run. Okay. Okay, in that run you can see F5. You can just click this run, or the function key F5 you can press. So I'm just clicking this. You just see automatically. Okay, in the console. Automatically in the console, it is asking for the length of the room. Okay, say for example, I'm just giving it's 50 meters length. Okay, so it is, once I have entered, once I hit enter, automatically the value will go for length. Okay, then enter the width. Let me take the width is 20 meters. Okay, see, it is displaying some error. Can't multiply sequence by non-int of type str. So I have already said, even though if you enter the values in terms of integer, whenever you are using input method, automatically the default data type is str. If you want, you can check it. Okay, type length. See, it is str. So what you can do, okay, either you can you can cast, either you can cast using int method, int constructor, or float constructor. Okay, let me take its float. Okay, because say I may enter 50.2 meter, 20.6 meter, like that. Okay, so I'm just taking float. See, I'm adding a bracket. I am appropriately closing the bracket. Okay, so now let me redo it. See, another advantage when compared to MATLAB, I hope in some mathematics course you may be parallelly practicing MATLAB also. MATLAB expect, okay, each and every line need to be terminated with semicolon. Okay, it's not required here. See, my code is working without any error. Those values are unnecessarily not appearing in the console. Okay, let me execute again. Okay, now let me enter the length of the room. Okay, 50 meters, width is 20 meters. See, since the inputs are float, you just see the output is, even it's 1000, it is printed as 1000.0 square meter. Okay, 1000.0 square meter. Suppose I want to display the perimeter of the room. Yes, yes.
Can you scroll down a second, sir, on the right side window?
Is it okay?
Scroll up, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. See, suppose I also want to calculate perimeter of the room. Okay. I want to calculate perimeter of the room. So, whether you need any additional input to calculate the perimeter, or you can use the same inputs.
No, sir.
Same
Okay.
input.
So we can use same input.
Okay.
Same inputs.
Okay. Let me tell perimeter. Okay. Perimeter is equal to, how do you calculate perimeter?
2 into
L.
2 into length plus breadth, sir. 2
Okay.
into
Length plus width.
breadth.
Okay. See, if you want in the same print, you can also print the perimeter. Okay.
Sir?
Otherwise, yes.
Sir, we can simply give it as an area, sir, instead of length plus width.
Length plus width, is it area?
We can give it as an area, sir, because at the up it is defined.
No, their length into width.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. Here length plus width. Okay. See, either you can, in the same print itself, you can print. Yesterday we have discussed, you can print multiple objects, or alternatively, you can go for next print instead of area, perimeter. Okay, perimeter of the room is. Okay, I need to use this variable. Let me execute the code. I'm giving length 50. Okay, let me give some other number. Why? I need to go for only 50 and 20. Okay, say 40.34. Okay. See, this is the see, it's displaying what area and perimeter. Okay. What is the unit of perimeter?
Meter.
Meter.
Okay. So logically, I have to correct that. Okay. Just make here meter. Okay. Is it clear?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, why area of the room is 4034 up to so many zeros after 5 is coming, sir?
No. See, by default it is
4034.0 it's okay now, sir, because you return
no.
it's float, sir.
See, if you want, you can do it. Okay.
No.
Say for example. See, since I have not taught string formatting, I didn't say that. Okay. Okay. So let me execute this code. I will explain what I have given inside. Okay. Length is, okay, same value. Let me give 100. Width is 40.34. Okay. This is what you wanted. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. See, this is actually called string formatting. Whatever I have done here, this is called string formatting. It is also called as format method. Okay. Anyway, we'll be spending 2-3 lab hours only for string formatting. But I will tell what is this. See, this curly braces is called placeholder. Okay. This curly braces is called placeholder. So in this position, area of the room is, okay, in this curly braces, in this place, this is called placeholder. I want to print area. Okay, you can see area of the room is, that area is coming, then square meter is coming. Then you can notice dot 1 indicates it needs to have 1 decimal point. Okay, dot means after dot. Okay, you need to have 1 decimal point. Suppose if I give 3 decimal point, okay, you can notice I'm giving the same numbers, 100, 40.34. You just see after dot I'm getting 3 decimal points.